has come to our family. You remember our venerable house? Opulent and imperial, gazing proudly from its stoic perch above the moor. I lived all my years in that ancient, rumor-shadowed manor, fattened by decadence and luxury. And yet I began to tire of conventional extravagance. Singular, unsettling tales suggested the mansion itself was a gateway to some fabulous and unnameable power. With relic and ritual, I bent every effort towards the excavation and recovery of those long-buried secrets, exhausting what remained of our family fortune on swarthy workmen and sturdy shovels. At last, in the salt-soaked crags beneath the lowest foundations, we unearthed that damnable portal of antediluvian evil. Our every step unsettled the ancient earth. But we were in a realm of death and madness. In the end, I alone fled laughing and wailing through those blackened arcades of antiquity, until consciousness failed me. You remember our venerable house, opulent and imperial. It is a festering abomination. I beg you, return home, claim your birthright, and deliver our family from the ravenous, clutching shadows of the darkest dungeon.
Damn, that's such a good intro. Let's move the camera up. Alright, good morning. Gonna be a quiet, chill stream. I'm just gonna play through some more Darkest Dungeon. I'm still trying to figure out a lot of stuff.
I can still see their angry faces as they stormed the manor. But I was dead before they found me. And the letter was on its way. This man understands that adversity and existence are one and the same. The fiends must be driven back. And what better place to begin than the seat of our noble line? Watch your step. Executed with impunity. Another one falls. The light, the promise of safety. Another abomination, cleansed from our lands. Back to the pit.
Oh my god, I think I just got a spider bite, or I got a spider bite sometime recently. Now I'm looking like, where is the spider?
Obliterated. Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle. Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive. Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles. These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Wait, why do I not have enough food?
To fall for such a little thing. A bite of bread.
Oh. Does this person need two?
Mind that such missteps are the exception, and not the rule.
Wait. How did we not find a trap our first way through? Dude, I hate the trap system in this game.
Ambushed by foul invention.
Nice, got a good one. Seems so dumb though.
In
like,
Radiance, may we find victory.
Why the hell did that hit 4 damage when it said it was going to hit 8 at minimum? This game does not make sense.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all. Begone, fiend!
Wait, why is this doing so much less damage? I don't get this game. Oh, negative 20% disease. What is the disease? Where did the disease come from? I really don't like all the micromanagement in this game.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms. Press this advantage. Give them no quarter. A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Why is that guy doing less and less damage? It doesn't make sense. Can I not click him and inspect him? I guess I have to wait. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Why does my damage just randomly go down? I don't even have any debuffs or anything. The game is really bad about, like, making it known what's actually happening to you.
Annihilated.
So there's nothing here that says that people should do less damage, right? Like, these are resistances, so these should all be good, right? Like, this is resistance to debuff and bleed. Like, I don't get this. What is making my character hit less? There's no protection on these. Like, there's protection on this guy, but there wasn't protection on those two. The game literally doesn't, like, have working mechanics, I think. I think it's literally just RNG in a bunch of cases.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
Day 6, as we travel, Journal of Darius Highwayman. As we traveled from the hamlet, an eerie dread grew. We all felt it, but did our best to shrug it off. Sleep was difficult until Raven, one of our companions, passed me a bitter concoction. The most devout of us, Therion, prayed softly for our safety. Superstitious, but well-intentioned, I suppose. I am already falling asleep. Oh, I clicked the wrong spell.
Eradicated. A momentary abatement. Ghoulish horrors, brought low and driven
Blackest
into
of
the
fates,
mud.
I will return with Cuthbert's banner and Boleyn's crossbow so as to honor them with a proper burial. I will leave what is left of thrice-damned Mizir and his trinkets to the swine folk. Perhaps they will build him the memorial he rightly deserves. Interesting. He just said hold up, which makes me think there's traps. There isn't though.
No force of will can overcome a failing body.
Damn, I was just about to use the torch too. I really wish the whole game was turn-based. Wait, I could have sworn I got a torch, I guess not. Hopefully this is the last room battle. I'm kind of getting annoyed with these mechanics that there just seems to be no explanation for. Like, literally, players just do less damage. Like, it seems so dumb. I kind of hate this whole thing of just not understanding. And it's like, the game leaves it to you to figure out what is happening with all these numbers. And it's like, I'm not going to sit here and fucking plot out a math equation of what's actually happening or not. It's just fucking tell me or I'm gonna stop playing your game. Like, shit, dude. Like, I don't get what it is these days with, like, games not having tutorials or information about what is going on in the game. Like, dude, the devs expect you to have omniscience. Of course it misses. Like, the whole thing of your players can give each other stress is just way too much micromanagement for me. Like, I'm not gonna... Like, it's not fun for me in an RPG to think about whether or not my characters are gonna, like, make each other worse with all their little attributes, like these little things. Like, it literally doesn't make sense. I feel like it would if the game explained it to you. But I mean, I'm expecting too much out of the game devs who made this. I just wish everything was quicker. Like, having to sit through these animations and not able to skip them is just, like, so fucking dumb. I also don't understand what decides the order of attacks. Like, why do the enemies sometimes attack like 2 or 3 times more than me? And our speed is like the same. Hey, Namori.
Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
Of course it's trapped.
Room by room, hall by hall, we reclaim what is ours.
So my plan with this game is to at least try to go in like the darkest dungeon once, or
Competition
I want to try to explore the different areas at least. The keenest eye and steadiest hand will prevail during this week's tournament. The winner will claim the coveted Caretaker's Cup. Idle Arbalists gain 1 resolve. Okay. I don't know what that means.
Gilded icons and dogmatic rituals. For some, a tonic against the bloodshed.
Town will only drink. Obsessed with self-worship. So I potentially need another healer. I wonder what antiquarians have. Light vapors. Stabs. I might do another run where I kill the people. Train up some new ones. No, actually, never mind. That's a waste. So I wonder, is boss number 2 the Necromancer? Almost got the boss unlocked here. I kind of feel like trying to do a medium length one. I still haven't successfully beat a medium length mission. These people might have too much stress though. And I don't have a healer. Maybe I'll just take all these new people. Yeah, that should work. I maybe should have taken more to explore 100% of rooms, but we'll see.
The fiends must be driven back. And what better place to begin than the seat of our noble line?
Nice, a map.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms. Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Damn, why does it keep missing?
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all. Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
So I don't get it. I thought that scouting shows you the enemies. So I thought that was how you get it. There's times when you get a surprise attack, when there's like this surprised icon over their head and you get to attack first. I thought that was when you scout out the enemies and you find them, so it's like you surprise them because you know they're there and you sneak up on them. It doesn't do that. You scout them out and it doesn't surprise them. What is it? What is the mechanic? I gotta say, this game seems insanely unintuitive. Like, there's mechanics in this that make no fucking sense and it doesn't explain anything. I almost feel like this game is just like RNG, like I'm just rolling a die. But the thing that I don't like is it's not clear about the fact that you're just rolling dice on a lot of this.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter. Back to the pit.
If I remember, surprise work only when you have torch enabled and attack enemy that you see, like they not hit an event, something like that.
Pride precipitates
See, that's the thing though, I saw the enemy,
fall.
It was already scouted down here, and my torch was as bright as it can be. So that is like everything I could possibly do, as far as I'm aware. I think it's just RNG.
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
See, okay, this is so weird. You said it was the torch, but my torch just went down and we surprised them. So maybe it's that the torch is not enabled. Maybe that's the issue. Maybe you're supposed to put the torch out before you show up on monsters. I really hate this, how it, like, the mechanics aren't explained at all. It's really unintuitive.
Grievous injury. Palpable fear.
Oh, he's dead.
Teetering on the brink, facing the abyss.
So I'm not able to use food when I'm here, can I? I feel like there should be a way to heal people here in combat. I kind of thought you would be able to use food in combat, but you can't. Oh, I might be able to heal him here.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
Room battle. Room battle. It's both traps and room battles in both ways. Alright, this guy's probably gonna die. I hope we don't have to camp soon. Wait, am I out of torches? Keep running out of torches. Oh, I want to read these journal pages. Yeah, so I think we surprised them because we went up on them in dim light. Oh, of course I miss. No, not selfish.
Self-preservation is paramount, at any cost.
Damn, how many attacks are they gonna get?
Impressive. Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
Yeah, why do they get so many attacks? That's crazy. Like, why do they get to attack twice? That does not make sense.
Decimated. singular strike! Success so clearly in view.
Okay, so I have to
Or
choose.
is it merely a trick of the light?
Shift-click item to discard it. We'll use food. Let's read the journal pages. Blood-soaked pages. The others are gone. They were victims of a malevolent transformation. Their scales had rotted to soft, vulnerable flesh. Slowly suffocating without gills, the worst was their eyes close-set and forced to squint through fleshy slits. I shudder, recalling the horrific, unclean warmth of their blood as I rinsed my talons. I nearly retched. May death grant them soft mercy. No, I just deleted that accidentally. Shit. I wonder, can I just throw away journal pieces? Alright, here we go. We're going into this last fight with no torches. This should be interesting. We'll probably have these two guys die, I think.
A dizzying blow to body and brain.
Yeah, that whole thing of, like, your characters stressing out the other characters, it's such annoying micromanagement. Like, who the fuck wants to spend their time micromanaging these traits of characters? It just seems so stupid.
Masterfully executed.
Of course, all of it misses.
Injury and despondence set the stage for heroism or cowardice.
He dead. Nice, we got it.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless. More bones return to rest. Devils remanded to their
I
abyss.
kind of hate how when you finish and there's a chest, you have to click no, I don't want to leave now, just so you can open the chest, and then click leave again, and then go back to click leave. It's like, I can't believe that the dev didn't experience that themselves and go, oh, wait, maybe we should auto-loot this chest at the end for them. Or, like, give you a way to loot the chest and leave.
Let me share with you the terrible wonders I have come to know.
Alright, nice. So it's not bad, actually, that one of those people died.
Strong drink, a game of chance, and companionship. The rush of life.
Yeah, so it's weird. The ones that make it actually don't have that much stress. I still don't know about putting people in the sanatorium. Because it's like, I don't know what quirks and stuff are good or bad yet. This game's so hard to get a handle on. There's so many mechanics and things. So I have the things to let you upgrade skills to rank 2. Oh wait, this is rank 3. There's Instructor Mastery level 2. Okay. I understand. Oh, I can slay the boss, kill the Sonorous Prophet. Maybe we'll go do that. Let's try taking on the Sonorous Prophet.
Excavations beneath the manor were well underway when a particularly ragged indigent arrived in the hamlet. This filthy, toothless miscreant boasted an uncanny knowledge of my ambitions and prognosticated publicly that, left unchecked, I would soon unleash doom upon the world.
Ah, the Sonorous Prophet.
The echoes of his mindless tittering reverberate maddeningly. Even the cold stone seems bent on preventing passage.
I maybe should have brought more shovels.
Curious is the trap maker's art, his efficacy unwitnessed by his own eyes.
Ooh, brigands. So this guy still does less damage. I literally don't understand it. Like, this guy does not have wait, diseases, creeping cough, -20. Oh my god, I found it. It's green and it almost mixes in with the background. -20% damage. What the fuck is this? Like, this is what I actually hate about the game. It could have told me, hey, you have creeping cough, which gives you -20% damage, but instead it hides it on the character sheet in the bottom right corner with green text on a green background. Like, I'm sorry, the game is actually badly fucking designed. Like, the UI is not designed well. Lucky, we all dodged.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own. Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Is he gonna bleed? Oh, nice. We resisted. Okay.
A victory. Perhaps a turning point.
So part of the other reason I feel like it's not worth looting all these chests is you end up running out of space. Oh my god, I hate the trap system in this. It's actually so dumb. You end up running out of space, so
trinkets and baubles.
it's not even worth looting because you're not even going to be able to bring all of it back. Like, I don't know, it just seems like there's so many conflicting mechanics like that that are really dumb. It's like making a game like this that's so much about loot, and then you can't even loot at a certain point, like... So that made sense. It went along from right to left in the order. Wait, no, that guy just got 2 attacks. That does not make sense. And his blight didn't tick. That actually does not make sense. Why does this guy get 2 attacks and then his blight doesn't tick? Like, I thought it was turn-based and that you get a turn, they get a turn, you get a turn, they get a turn. And each time it does the turn, it ticks their blood and blight. Like, the game mechanics in this literally don't make sense. What the fuck?
A death by inches. Back to the pit. As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms. Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
Yeah, so we're already almost full, and we're barely through the dungeon. So how much did we scout? So I'm just gonna walk past everything. There's a trap here. Are we scouted the
A
trap?
handsome reward
Oh my
for a
god.
task well performed.
Journal of Darius Highwayman. Day 7. We tangled with some unruly louts. Raven called them cultists. They were ferocious but clumsy. Wait. So, oh, nice. Okay, we can disarm it. I still don't completely get it. Like, do I spam click it, or what do I do to disarm the traps? Because sometimes it disarms it, and sometimes it doesn't. Secret door. We probably should camp soon. There we go. No! Why did he do that? Okay, nice. We can actually click on them if we get close enough.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
He said who? I'm addicted to this game. I started playing it yesterday, and yeah, it's basically a turn-based strategy game.
Such a terrible assault cannot be left unanswered. Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Or it's like a roguelike as well. A roguelike strategy where if you make mistakes and your characters die, they die for good.
Begone, fiend!
I think that's why it's so addicting, is because you're like constantly risking
injury.
Oh my god.
Palpable fear.
Jesus, did he have to hit them twice?
A hand's breadth from becoming
He had to hit
unwound.
them twice. That's the thing I'm talking about RNG, and you're constantly risking.
Their formation
Like,
is broken.
you can literally just get
Maintain
fucked by
the
RNG,
offensive.
and there's like nothing you can do in the game. I actually don't like that about the game, but there's so many other things that are good about the game that that's why it's so addicting. I'm actually going to try to stretch out my turns so that yeah, I can heal more.
Surgical precision. Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Alright, maybe I'll camp here.
A spark without kindling is a goal without hope.
We'll use 5 food. You hear about Canada increasing minimum wage? No, I haven't heard about that yet. All I can think about is that I remember it increasing to $15 like that was a good few years ago, and it I don't know, it did not really seem to change much, honestly. I don't know. One of the parties is saying they will increase it by 20%. Yeah, probably NDP. The way I feel about politics, maybe it's like this in other countries, but in Canada the politicians will say whatever it takes to get elected. Whatever people want to think, the politicians will say it. Doesn't matter if that actually happens in the government that's elected. So I think maybe I should try to lower people's stress. There's some of these that are definitely better. One companion heal 50%, 33% healing received. Remove disease. Oh, I probably want remove disease on this guy. Does that work? Some men were saying that it will lower employment because you can't afford workers, or it will justify more of the like outsourced worker visas where they like import workers from poorer countries and pay them lesser wages. No! It uses it against himself, I didn't realize. Oh, I didn't realize. I thought it used it on other people. Damn it, I didn't read properly. Hold on a second. Okay, this is really good actually. This guy's got Scout Ahead, which is really useful. This person has Prey, which reduces all stress, and I think I'm going to use that. I'm going to use this guy's Reduce Stress, and then I'm going to use Scout Ahead. Oh yeah, bring that stress down. And then we got enough to Scout Ahead. Alright, awesome. Okay, man, this game is really hard, and that's honestly the only thing I like about it, I think. It's so addicting because it's so difficult. I mean, even increasing minimum wage will just make it harder to make your own business, so only companies with high profits and income can afford workers. Yeah, the way I put it is that they're a legitimate business, or like, there's legitimate needs where people literally can like, so like here's the thing, saying that the minimum you can pay someone is $15 an hour is basically saying, I'm saying $15 an hour, like maybe it'll go up 20%, but I'm going to use 15 as the example. Saying that $15 for an hour of work is the minimum that someone can work means that now you can't just go and say like, oh, there's shitty jobs where you're just like, I don't even know what to say, like that is the thing. It's basically saying there's nothing lower than $15 an hour. But if you ask me, I 100% feel like there's like community library jobs where you literally just sit around and like write down stuff on a forum every 10 minutes when someone walks in. $15 for that is fucking ridiculous. And like, so the issue I see with that is previously, like, the library around me would have like paid people like $5 or $10 to do this thing. They can't even do that now. Like, they would have to pay people $15, which is just like, it's basically saying that there can't be any little small jobs, which I think is the huge, like that's the crazy thing, is like, it also doesn't reflect that if you increase the wage, then everything else can just go up. Like all of our, no one in Canada, no one that lives in Canada has any doubts that things have increased massively since the minimum wage has gone up. Whether or not that's another side effect of the way our economy works, like whether or not that's something not correlated to our economy, there's like there is a direct thing where like when you increase minimum wage, how much businesses need to pay their workers, the cost of things goes up, which is like, it's basically, it's like almost a self-defeating thing, because the reason you're trying to pay those people more is so that they can afford more stuff from businesses like food and things. But when those same prices of food and things go up, it doesn't matter. Like it literally is like nothing changed. Also related to inflation, probably taxes. Yeah, I don't like talking about this a lot, but the biggest thing that I've said is that like there's literally like huge unemployment. Like there are tons of people that just aren't, so you aren't counted as unemployment if you aren't actively searching for a job. So like when Canada says the unemployment numbers are like 5 million people, it's actually like 15 million people. We just don't count a whole bunch of the people who have completely given up. So like that's the other thing. Like I feel like all this stuff of inflation and the numbers, it's like, what numbers? Is it the numbers that the government measures? Is it the numbers that like are anecdotal that people see on an everyday basis? That arguably isn't right either. So do we get stress? We work together, we can overcome this evil. Dude, we didn't even get stress. Sweet, we normally get stress when we do that. Oh, wait. I don't think I scouted. I'm not seeing any traps. I thought I scouted ahead, maybe not. Yeah, we definitely didn't scout ahead. The worst part is it will kill small business. People are just brainwashed. Yeah, that's the worst part, is when I think who gets hurt the most by no longer being able to pay for small jobs that are smaller than $50 an hour, it's all small businesses. There is no big business, big corporation that can't afford to pay people $15 an hour. So like, I almost feel like that's the thing. When people talk about minimum wage, I feel like they're talking about corporations paying minimum wage. They're like, these giant companies like Amazon can obviously afford to pay minimum wage, so they should pay minimum wage. But the issue is when you apply that same logic to the small mom and pop fish and chips shop that's almost been running at a loss for like fucking 15 years. You think Bitcoin mining count as employment? That's a good point. Probably doesn't. Actually, there's like, see, this is the thing that I find so scummy, is a whole bunch of like cryptocurrency scams or marketing schemes. They actually start up actual for-profit companies, or sometimes non-profit, like a bunch of, I swear there's actually a few of these cryptocurrency things that are actually running as charities. Like they basically only do support. They basically claim they're like a bank, where they just provide support and services to people, not for a profit. This is what I hate about the whole cryptocurrency stuff, is it's like, it literally is such a rabbit hole at this point. You could talk about all the stuff going on in crypto for like every fucking hour, 24/7, and you still wouldn't cover the whole rabbit hole.
Executed with impunity.
I also think it's like, I also said, like, specific jobs, but it's like, it's interesting also the whole thing of different people do the same job at a different quality, right? Like, it is really unfair to say this, but there are situations where you should pay two people different things because they're doing different amounts of work in the same job. My dad has a used car dealership. It's very small. Even with current minimum wage, he could never afford to pay employees. I know someone who made monies for a new car after a few months of investing to NFT, and many people sell their cars and houses just to invest even more to Bitcoin crazy, but this mixed level marketing scheme looks like working for lots of people. I have not seen anybody that it's working for. I follow, so man, I almost want to bring up this Twitch channel. I watched this guy who played an MMORPG, and like, I think it was like 2 years ago, he jumped on like the GMA or like Wall Street's bet stream, or train. So this dude streamed like World of Warcraft or whatever every day for the past like 8 years. All of a sudden one day, I noticed every single one of his streams are in stocks and bonds. So this guy goes from playing World of Warcraft every day to talking about how GME and cryptocurrencies and stuff are hitting the roof. I checked back on this guy like 6 months ago. He's now selling soap and has lost his old job. I honestly feel like I witnessed, like, oh yeah, and he's fucking smoking massive amounts of weed every stream. Like, man, the, like, few people I've seen go into the cryptocurrency stuff, like, I almost feel like I'm watching the fucking downfall of their life. Like, Jesus Christ. I feel like people have lost jobs and a lot of stuff from the pandemic, and it's like they have nothing else to do, so they're just going into crypto. Which is pretty fucking sad. The stock market's kind of fucked right now. Like, it was supposed to crash, but then they just printed a lot more currency, and so now it still hasn't crashed, and the risk of crashing is even more. Into the mud. Like, the fact that stock prices are still moving at all when production is basically stopped on a lot of things like cars, I don't know how much more proof people need that, like, the numbers are fucking rigged. Like, Jesus. Saw a few German streamers who mining Bitcoin while on stream. They have 1 to 2K viewers. They perfectly fine, but talk about Bitcoin from internet. I see it. Huge success for everyone who invested. I don't know. For everyone who invested, I don't think you've seen a lot of people. If everyone you've seen who's invested has profited, I don't know who the fuck you're looking at. Like, that sounds insanely anecdotal. I know that mine was anecdotal too, but like, also 1 to 2K viewers I feel like says nothing when you could just view bot all that. Also, I don't know if anyone's like actually looked into the German side of Twitch. Germany is sketchy as fuck. I didn't even realize this. I saw a German streamer snort a line of coke on stream, and that was like the 3rd German streamer I looked at one evening when I was like looking at German streamers. I gotta go to Germany. So the way I understand the stock market right now is that it was supposed to crash like 5 years ago, but we never let it crash, we just printed more money. It was supposed to crash like 2 years or a year ago. Never crashed, we just printed more money. If you like,
another one falls.
This is the crazy thing, is what you supposedly should have done is gone, okay, it's gonna crash. We should slowly be pulling out of stocks. People should be pulling their money out of stocks, because when it does crash, your stock's gonna be worth fuck all. But people pulling them out will crash the stocks. So, in a way, the easing and printing more money makes sense because it stops everybody from pulling out their stocks all at once, crashing the market. But then, if they keep doing this too long and the market never crashes, it's going to crash way more in the end. So it's like this easing and this easing into the decline and collapse of the market would work if people actually went along with the collapse and were selling their stocks during this, but it's not. I almost feel like people have been going in harder and just buying more stocks even though the value isn't actually represented back.
The light, the promise of safety.
It's kind of crazy. You know the Sushi Dragon streamer? Yeah. He's always suggested to me, even though I never watched them. Buying which stocks? So if you really wanted to make a lot of money, like 10 years ago, you should have invested in like gold and platinum and basically any of the mining rare resources that are required for computers and cars and things. But now I feel like we're going into carbon taxes and things so hard that a lot of we're really criticizing mines and things that are polluting massively, so I feel like mines and oil companies are not actually the investments of the future because our governments are basically going to fuck them over with regulations and things. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, like that's better for the environment. I'm just saying that the reason stocks for mines and things have been so high is because they've basically just been able to fucking strip mine. So now though, that's also gambling, because obviously not all mines do well. If you want a steady stock, you want to look at like mutual funds where it's a group of investors all getting together to invest on a mix of stocks. Like basically investing in a stock where people who their job is investing, you basically want to invest in a mutual fund like that, where you're basically investing in other people investing your money. But then the issue I have with that is they can be investing in oil and things that are not good at all for the environment in the future, and you don't really have control over it. You're basically just going, get me the most money. Oh, there's the boss battle. I pause. Buying which stocks, the only thing that bothers me most is graphics card prices. Oh, that's going to get way worse. It's not only that, it's also because the US has less control over the world now, over the oil market. Crazy how he grew on his work. I remember watching him 2 years ago as entertainer, his technical setup, still very wrong and overcomplicated. I think I actually have seen clips of him because he does all the really trippy stuff. He got like viral for something, I think. I don't know what it was. I think literally just him being crazy. He just has like a huge, like, he almost has like a VR setup with like a backpack, right? Remember when Saudi Arabia was flooding the market with cheap oil and was all over the news and nobody else could compete? I didn't realize why it was an issue at the time. See, that isn't really an issue either, because like, technically speaking, the US can just buy all that up, even if Saudi Arabia is trying to block sales from them. The whole point of the CIA in the US is to basically create other proxy states that the US could buy oil from Saudi Arabia under, and basically it would look like the US isn't even the one buying the oil, but they're actually getting it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you get another country to buy it for the US and then end up shipping it to the US. So we literally have tankers of oil just like floating out in the ocean because we have so much oil we don't even have space for it. So like, I honestly feel like at this point oil isn't... We've got so much fucking oil. The issue is that we're wasting it. It's not that like... Yeah.
Without tools of iron, you must rely on flesh and indefatigable purpose.
Oh no, irrational. I don't know what that means. Is there a trap? No, there's a battle. Okay. I understand why it was an issue at the time. It, like... Yeah, it shouldn't really be that much of an issue. I watched a stream a few days ago when he was explaining some of his work. 7 PC setup works. Someone in chat mentioned that all he do can be done just by AR ring setup and single phone. You call it smart method, but do it stupid way. I have no idea what he does. 7 PC setup sounds crazy, though. I'd be interested in how that works. He did not use any trackers. He used ancient neural network from 2013 that he found on GitHub and make it work for face tracking and webcam, green screen to cut his body with some new neural network for effects, but it's still very laggy and wrong. But it's fine for entertainment he does, as production ready is very outdated. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I've never really been interested in, or I mean, I guess I'm interested in live visual effects like that, but it's like, yeah, I feel like the technology part would be, I don't know. I'm surprised he used a neural network when there's like non-neural network based pose tracking that was out even like back then. Point about AR rings, if you think about it, you can make AR rings and add triggers to it, so it will literally work same as a setup. AR can actually be useful. I don't know what AR rings are.
The wounds of war can be healed, but never hidden.
Ow. No. Jesus, these people hurt. These guys are so strong. Wait, what? Did you wash your hands? Did you wash your hands? So I can't heal him. Oh no. Well, I guess I'll take the opportunity to heal this guy. It's like you make a ring in AR that send event when you move your hand to it or head or other part of body like trigger. For part of body move to its space. Oh, interesting. So just like a trigger collider in Unity. Please don't bleed. Yeah. No! It missed.
The bigger the beast, the greater the glory.
Yes, and are both these guys gonna die? They dead.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
Alright, let's go. Boss room.
The way is lit. The path is clear.
Wait.
We require only the strength to follow it.
Oh my god, did I go the wrong way? Oh my god, I went the wrong way. The boss is down here. Why did I go up here? Did this look like the boss to me? I think I mixed up this icon and the boss, because they're both red. I hate this little map down here, it's so fucking annoying. It's like these small ass little icons. They could have made this so much better and made it go like full screen. So I think I'm gonna need to abandon this now because I'm not gonna have enough food. Yeah, but AR don't need any setup except just phone or other detector method. Look very useful. Yeah, but how do you respond to the event? Like, what is... Like, if it triggers an event of your body moving through the ring, how do you programmatically respond to that without programming? Like, if it's not responding with a programmed action, then it's not actually programming. Which wouldn't... Like, doesn't that defeat the purpose of, like, isn't that the whole point, to have some programmatical response to some real-life movement?
Another abomination, cleansed from our lands.
That can be catched by your AR software. Yeah, so a detector. That sounds like it contradicts your last sentence of saying you don't need any setup or any detector. Oh my god, I keep missing! RNG will fuck me.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
I guess maybe I'll try going towards the boss room. Yeah, no, I need to get out of here. Do you kill any bosses? No, because... Oh, wait, I killed the Apprentice Necromancer yesterday. Honestly, I feel like this game is mostly RNG. Like, I feel like I'm just getting lucky I'm not actually getting better at the game, which kind of bugs me. Like, I think there's such a thing as too much RNG, where you're basically just sitting there rolling dice with yourself.
Teetering on the brink, facing the abyss.
I do not want to spoil endgame gameplay, you will see. I actually have watched people play the endgame of this. It looks exactly like this, there's just like more classes. I actually think most of the enemies stay the same in late game too, don't they? Like, you basically fight the same enemies. They just get higher levels and bigger numbers.
The match is struck. A blazing
Wait, what the
star
fuck?
is
That
born.
marks you? This game literally doesn't make sense. Like, what is the point of having a protection skill that actually makes you take more damage? That actually doesn't make sense. Like, that's such a stupid design. Huh. RNG impacted endgame. I mean, it's fairly obvious that this game is pretty much like almost all RNG. So I mean, isn't it pretty obvious at this point that the game's pretty much all RNG? Like, I don't know why I need to get to endgame to see that. Like, you can literally do everything right and just fucking die and lose.
Will invariably
if that's not RNG, then it's a badly programmed game. Get 1 speed, 2 speed, plus 20 stress. Yeah, I feel like my characters aren't getting stronger.
The man is slave to the beast.
It's during lunar phases that many residents report shrieks and howls of the most profoundly unnerving quality. Idle abominations gain 1 resolve level. Wait, did that just say... Wait, where do I read that? Where do I read the log? That log that just came up. How do I even read that? There we go. Macy lost 500 gold after becoming tipsy and buying a round for the house. Did this guy go down a level? I could swear that this guy was a higher level and actually went down a level. I do not understand what the mechanics in this game are. Like, I actually think it's just RNG. Like, that's just what the game is. You're just basically rolling dice, except the game doesn't show you that you're rolling dice. Like, what is up with the pricing of this, too? Like, why does the pricing of this just change and go up? There's all these mechanics in the game that aren't explained at all. It honestly seems like such a dumb thing to me. Like, is it that hard to actually explain what you're putting in the game? Why numbers are the certain way they are? Like, this is my other thing, is it's like, make a game that doesn't have numbers, and I don't give a fuck if you have all this RNG that you don't understand why it's not happening, because you don't see the numbers changing. The game literally shows you random numbers, and then it's like, well, I don't know if these are random or if they're based off my stats or anything. If game roll dice, you'll be very not happy about turn time. Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing. Like, it's a turn-based game, but there's no way to speed up the combat. Like, there are so many aspects of this game that are not well designed. It's so annoying because there are many aspects of the game that are really well designed. Get some more recruits. What are antiquarians? Festering vapors, blight, flash powder. Yeah, these guys don't look very good. Is there a reason why I can't view the damage of these? I guess it's damage modified by this, but that still doesn't make sense. Like, this point blank shot. Oh, plus 50% damage mod. Dude, I actually hate the way this works. Like, imagine the devs designing this shit and then thinking, oh yeah, no, we'll do this system where we do like a damage modification system. So it says plus 50% damage mod. So you actually have to go and calculate the math manually of how much damage you're doing. You can't, it doesn't just tell you the damage, it leaves it up to you to calculate the percentage math. I'm sorry, but that's dumb as fuck. Like, the devs literally expect you to do math in your head. That is the sign for me that this game is not my type of game. See, it's very funny because I'm a big fan of programming and math, but it's like having that as a game where the game is literally like, to play the game properly or to play it most efficiently, you sit there and write down a bunch of numbers and calculate what is the best strategy. That's stupid gameplay. Like, that is shit gameplay. Just put the number calculations into the menu screen. It's not hard. I know it's not. Like, making the UI and the actual game is so much harder than putting in a little piece of text when you already have the menu there. Like, god damn it, Darkest Dungeons game devs. You've had so many years to fix this shit. Alright. Can you hear the construction outside? I actually don't think so. It's not coming up on my mic. For me, it was also overcomplicated, but there's Darkest Dungeon 2. If I wait, there's Darkest Dungeon 2. Darkest Dungeon 2 is coming 2021. October 20... Wait. Seems like they changed a lot of stuff. It will be more roguelike than the first one. So, from just reading this, apparently quad leper, 4 lepers in a party, is an insanely strong party when they get to high levels. So that was kind of obvious to me, because I was like, the lepers are really strong. They have a healing spell and they do more damage than everyone else. So it's like, okay, why wouldn't I just get all the lepers? That's actually kind of disappointing to me, that making a strong party build is that easy, of just getting 4 of the strongest class. Yeah, it doesn't seem like they're fixing any of the stuff I care about in Darkest Dungeon 2. It says, extra emphasis on character interaction. I'm sorry, but the one thing that did not attract me to Darkest Dungeon was the interaction with the characters. I get that the writing was pretty good for like the introduction story and stuff, but the characters and the comments they say, it's a fucking waste of time. Like, that's one of the things I complained about, is having to sit there and wait for your characters to make comments about stupid shit, and they make the same lines over and over again, so it's not even like interesting. Yeah, I almost feel like this is the fault of PC or game journalists. The game journalists are focusing on the art and like the writing and stuff, and I'm just like, I want to know what the gameplay is like. Like, is it going to be more RNG based? Is it going to be like, are they going to give you more data about what the numbers actually mean? Yeah, so I actually don't... There's nothing about when it's actually released. There's people saying that were saying it was 2021, and they were saying it was getting released in 2021 in 2019. And now it's 2021 and we don't have Darkest Dungeon 2. So... Huh... Whatever. I'm not too, Not too worried about that. I just feel like the game is wasting your time with a lot of the micromanagement stuff, like putting the characters in the facilities same day, day after day, repeating those same micromanaging things. It's like they could have added some auto management to the game. It would save so much of your time, make the game so much like, I don't even want to say easier. It's like literally just waste less of your time. Like that's the thing that I've brought up before. Is difficulty in a game really making the play, if it takes the players 10 minutes to do something instead of taking them 1 minute and they don't have to think about it, it just takes longer, is that actually more difficult? Because like that's my thing. For me, time investment isn't difficulty, that's just more of a grind. Like I don't know, maybe people are getting that mixed up. So I'm almost thinking, I downloaded another game, Sunless Sea. I'm thinking I might try that, but I don't know. I'm gonna go get some water. I'll be right back. For me, it also looks like they made Darkest Dungeon 2 even more complicated than Darkest Dungeon 1. Darkest Dungeon 1 was already too complicated for me. Alright. I think I'm going to switch over and we're going to try Sunless Seas. Or I guess it's Sunless Sea. Oh my god, apparently it's an RTS strategy game. I thought I almost thought this was like a horror game or something. This should be good. Alright, hold on, I'm just switching categories.